Hello everyone. Today's video is going to be about my hair transplant journey. So if you're thinking about getting a hair transplant or you're just curious about how a guy like me ended up in Turkey to get one, then please follow along. A little bit about my backstory, right? My hair started thinning out a lot in 2020. Like most people, I tried all the classic panic moves. I tried different oils, serums, expensive shampoos, vitamins, but nothing seemed to be quite working for me. I thought to myself, I need to do something else about it. I did a lot more research, and the best option for me was hair transplant. But I thought it would be smarter for me to wait out a couple of years to see when my hair would stop thinning out completely. So that's what I did. And fast forward, now I'm 33 and it's time to get a hair transplant. I did a bunch of research and I contacted a bunch of clinics. I reached out to clinics in Greece, in Spain, and then also in Turkey. One of the clinics that stood out the most to me was Hermest. When I communicated with them, they were really open. They answered all my questions. And most importantly for me was that they were not trying to be pushy. They were very patient with me and they didn't try to get me into the hair transplant as fast as possible, which was really important for me because it was a big decision, right? And so eventually I went with Hermes. I said, let's go. I flew to Istanbul and in the airport, I got a taxi to the hotel, which by the way is organized by Hermes, so you don't have to lift a single finger. It was easy breezy the first day. You go to the hotel and you just rest. You do nothing else and you don't even get to see the clinic that day. The next day, however, you go to the clinic for a little bit. You get to meet some people. You do paperwork. You do a blood test, and then you do your PRP injection, which is like a pre-op kind of procedure before the surgery day. So after all of that, which takes roughly 2 hours at the clinic, maybe even less, you go back to the hotel and then you rest. Because after the blood test, PRP injections, I felt a little bit dizzy. So just resting and having a chill day really helped. Then the next day was the big day, the surgery day. And that's when I was a little bit scared, especially in the morning when I was getting breakfast. I saw a lot of people in the hotel with, after the hair transplant, they were all bandaged up, a little bit bloody. They looked like they were coming out of a fight just a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, I was a little bit scared, but I think that's normal, right? After the breakfast, I went to the clinic where they would offer the option whether to keep my old hair or shave. I decided to shave my hair completely, so it's easier for maintenance and also easier for me to track the progress after the hair transplant. The surgery took about 5 hours. I had 3,500 grafts done. During the surgery, the worst part was the anesthesia, where they tried to give you a couple of needles in the head. It was really, really painful. But afterwards, you don't feel a single thing on your head, especially when they try to extract your hair and then transplant your hair. You don't feel a thing. But the injections at the beginning, it's quite bad. So get ready for it if you're going to get a hair transplant. After the surgery, I just went back to the hotel and then I had a rest. I had a bit of headache, but they give you painkillers to make it a little bit more easy on you. The next day after you rest, you go to the clinic again, and that's when they give you your first wash. They wash your hair, and yeah, washing your hair it's not nice. It feels like, because the wounds are still fresh, when they try to wash it with water and it's exposed air, it just feels like they try to set your head on fire, which is again very normal, but quite a painful experience. So get ready for that as well. Otherwise than that, it was all good. Hermes was real professional. They were really nice. They also had a translator throughout the process. So I understood everything. I had everything that I needed. It was better than what I expected. When I came in, I was really nervous, but when I came out, I was all happy. This probably went well. And I'm just now waiting for my results. I'm back at home for 2 weeks so far, and I have no scabs. The scabs fell out after 12 days. And it seems to be on the right direction, so I'm happy. I have to wait a couple of months to see the final result, but I'm very excited to see how is it gonna be. Yeah. So if you're thinking about getting a hair transplant, I could give you an advice to do a lot of research beforehand, so you have a little bit of expectations. Also, if you could bring someone with you, I had my partner throughout the process, so it calmed my nerves a lot throughout the journey. And then, thirdly, just prepare that after the surgery, it will be a little bit uncomfortable, especially sleeping in a 45 degrees position. Not nice, but you'll get used to it. And a little bit of pain, itchiness, but everything's manageable, guys. I'll just suggest you to do some research, and if you need, definitely get a hair transplant. So that's my story. I hope you guys learn anything. And then if you guys have any questions, just drop it in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. Cheers.